Green, green, green.
Oh, but Koa holds it around the outside and he gets a way better
take it. Pushing hard, already 3 wide into turn 1.
A little bit, and a group of Astons just piling up on him, trying to hold everybody off. Push him wide a little bit. Oh, but you can't make it stick.
Boonstra is able to hold the inside.
Got a little overlap, but he can't do it.
Ooh, and he just caught it.
Mr. Sir and King are banging doors.
Oh, shoot. And we're off and away for SRA.
Good evening, SRA fans. Today we are in Division 3 for Round 5 at the Belgium track of Zolder. Today I'm joined by Nate Bright.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
We're excited. And then we also have our resident flyer, John Donahue.
Oh yeah, and I'm here for the entire race this time.
Damn it.
Hey now. We love you, John.
we absolutely do.
You're making me so sad.
Well, while we wait for the drivers to get ready for qualifying here, let's go over the track map. So, Zolder, oh, this is Imola. Uh-oh, this is not the right one.
Nice.
I don't have that. That's my fault. Sorry, Jess.
Well, as you can see, everyone, what we're going to have is our first turn right here, and it's always going to be a little bit... No, I'm kidding.
Well, Zolder, though, is in Belgium. It's... how many turns is it? It's a tight track, I know that, and I see a lot of people having trouble with the chicanes today. I know the chicanes do happen to have some very large curbs.
Oh, it happens.
You guys have any thoughts about those curbs? Because I know last night I did not like them, being in the Ferrari.
Well, I liked them up until I had my track cuts up to 3, and then I was like, okay, I really need to stay away from these now, especially on that second chicane.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of the same way. I didn't really mind them until I got to them, and then that's when I started having issues. Was whenever I was driving over them. Honestly, it's one of those things where, like, there's areas where you can cut, and there's areas where you probably should cut, but there's a lot of turns where if you continuously cut at that same level, then you're going to be doing a lot of damage to your PSI over the course of an hour-long race.
Yeah, and I think a couple people in D4 yesterday actually had some punctures.
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on that. I know that we had some drivers have that happen to them. So stay away from the curbs the best you can, but cut where you're allowed to and maximize the track, and you'll be okay. But I believe someone also said that first chicane is the ski slope jump of a curbing.
Yes,
because
I would agree with that.
you are going to be skyrocketed. So, but I believe I heard the drivers getting ready for quali, so let's
Oh yeah,
get on board.
it is that time. The silvers are out for the next 9 minutes and 22 seconds.
Let me pull that up now that I got everything working. Hopefully,
That's what you think.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out I have one thing wrong. Like the pip's not working for some reason. Because
Well, it's not my fault.
not your fault. For
I
some reason,
think.
it's my bad, but it's working now. As we see, Michael, who actually got out first on track, leading the charge here. I know we have 2 angles on him, getting ready for his hot lap.
Oh yeah, of course
but-
I got to be on him. Comic racing car.
There you go. I do know that a lot of these drivers are gonna struggle with how tight this track is. So passing opportunities are gonna be very slim for a lot of these drivers. Obviously, the hairpin being one of the major spots that we're gonna see a lot of overtakes, and then potentially the second chicane. Definitely see a lot of drivers going through that. Fun fact about that one, it's not really that fun, but that's the Villeneuve chicane. It's named after a former F1 driver who was racing on this track.
What's his name?
Jacques.
Jacques what?
Villeneuve.
Jacques Cousteau. Yes, that's who.
No, Villeneuve. I am not good. My French is Loic.
This is funny to watch.
Loic,
That's
help
why
me.
I asked, 'cause it's very
I took
funny.
French. I took French. I did, but it's been way too long.
Are you sure about that? I don't think so.
Je parle en français un peu.
Croissant.
Oh no. But no, this track is wonderful. Good, beautiful track.
I would have
though.
thought. I would have thought you would have hated it. You're in a Ferrari.
I did, but didn't. I had a fun time with this track. Good forest vibes. You know, probably my second favorite Belgium track.
Spa is, of course, number 1.
Oh, of course, obviously.
If you don't like Spa, you're not doing it right.
Yes, but if you are just joining the stream or seeing this for the first time, will notice that there are 2 different colored name tags at the top there. And we have silver drivers being obviously the silver name tags. They get the first 10 minutes of qualifying, and then the gold being the white name tags get to go the second half of the 10 minutes and get to try to put their best laps in. As we see,
Michael's already done.
we've seen drivers start to get their times put in. We see Dunham get a 1:29.9, but Cameron quickly following that up with a 29.662. So already some fast times coming out from these silver drivers, and we're only going to see quicker times throughout this 20 minutes.
Oh yeah. Also, I had to mention it because Jess put it in the chat. Croissant.
Oh no, Jess, you started this. No, you didn't start this, but you helped aid it.
You helped cause this.
It's on you, Jess. I'm sorry.
Just looking through timings here, Holmes actually up 3/10. A lot of drivers gaining a lot of time.
A lot of
after
people up.
Yeah, they set their banker, and obviously being a banker, you can only go up from there. And seeing a lot of green numbers on our end here as they get through these corners and wonderful track, as we've mentioned, as we see the ski slope chicane.
Croissant.
Oh, welcome, Jez.
Just for that and then gone.
Oh, you love it. You love to see it. Oh my god.
Obviously, Jess is getting really ready to race. He must be really in the zone if he's coming in here to go.
Oh, thank God you topped out, because that was going to be ear bleeding for a lot of people.
I didn't say it loudly. I just said it normally.
Oh, you topped out and it got cut out by Discord's.
Croissant.
There you go.
All right, I'm done saying croissant now.
But I'm seeing...
Oh, that was the word?
Yes.
You didn't know that?
Wow, I had no
How
idea.
old are you?
But onto the racing,
mean,
I saw
kind of old.
Robert here go 5/10 up and move
You
him
did.
up to 10th at the moment.
I'm on board with Mr. Spaghetti. He used up about half a second on his time coming through the last corner. Let's see how far that moves him up. Answer is to second place. So
Oh, there
good
we
lap
go.
there from Spaghetti in the Comic Racing 131 Porsche.
We do see our first 128, by the way, with Williams putting a 128.9 in.
He is always very fast.
I'm on board with... Message me in Grid Thieves afterwards, because I'm going to butcher this so bad and I feel terrible. I believe it's the Wall Bandiri.
Bandera, yeah.
Yeah, he is 7/10 up as he gets to this last chicane. And look at that wonderful livery made by our leader, Jacob. He's a second up. So this is going to put him up into P1. Yeah, there it is.
Also, I was on board with Cameron just then as he crossed the line third, but then got pushed down into fourth.
Oh, we have Felix here. I just looked at... He's up 1.2 out of the last chicane. This will move him up into that potentially top 5 here.
You're also doing great as Holmes right now. Let's see where he is on the track. Also out of the last corner, up over 6/10.
Invalidated, though.
Gonna move him up to, never mind, invalidated. I didn't notice that, and I'm a dumbass.
Hey, no, easy there. We're all good. It's just... Red numbers trick me sometimes, too.
I didn't even see it. That's the thing. I was right in front of me, and I didn't even notice it.
I'm on board, though nobody can see it, with Chris Whitting Jr. at
Yeah,
a
all right, on board for you in the pip.
129.605. Now, perhaps this is just my ignorance as a lowly D5 driver, but seeing somebody posting a 129.5 basically, and it's only good enough for 11th, that just blows my mind. Vandari's 128.8 is just an absolute eater, in my
I think
opinion.
that 129.5 would have been, what, top 10 in our div yesterday?
It would have
right?
been top 10. I
Yeah.
believe DJ Watts, as we also saw Scusa go up at a P3 on there. DJ Watts in that JUR put it on pole with like a 29.2.
Which is unbelievable, by the way.
Insane.
Still on board with Whitting Jr. here for you, Nate,
Yeah,
as he
I have
keeps
the
going up.
overhead for
You know, I
you
just
while you
wanna
have the in-person.
Show a little GRR love, a little Ghost Rider.
They get enough
racing.
love.
Yeah, they are everywhere. Pink and
else
blue
is-
cars everywhere on track.
I got team ordered by GRR yesterday. I was like being blocked in by a blue flag GRR while racing one for position.
We'll
I was like,
we'll
oh, come
absorb
on.
you into our conglomerate. We're just gonna absorb you.
By the way, that lap put Whitting Jr. up into 5th place.
Ooh, there you go, Chris.
We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so there's going to be the people who just started a lap can maybe get another one, but we'll see.
Yeah, there is a lot of red numbers on track.
A
as
lot.
A lot of these drivers are really pushing it for that last few tenths. As I see Curtis Lee absolutely send it over that chicane.
I'm actually going to ride on board with Johnny Air now. He's down in 10th at the moment.
We're starting to see the times kind of not really stagnate, but kind of stay within roughly where their fastest
You know,
times are. because
Have you noticed who's doing pretty okay right now? Everyone's favorite driver down at 11th.
oh, there we go. I got him. Noel Maxwell with the Howdy Earth.
Really quick, Johnny Air was able to move himself from 10th up into 4th place. Good on you.
There we go. If Maxwell keeps this up, let's see, around that 5/10, we'll put him into top 5. Maybe math right, P3 potentially. But he's...
Sorry, I had an emergency with the dogs, but I'm back.
Oh, you're all good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're fine.
He's dropping down in spots time right now. He was up about 4/10, now he's down to 2/10. So move him up
It
a
happens.
little bit, but not a whole lot. Like he was
I'm still
saying
going to
in
be on
Sector
board
1.
here with Johnny. As he accidentally missed. Oh, and he went off. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's going to spell the end of his qualifying. I'm going to be on board with Dunham now, also in a 911.
Maxwell
Coming through the
picking it
last
up.
chicane.
E5 for Maxwell.
Nice. Dunham right now down at 10th. He's up 4/10 almost, coming across the line. That moves him into 3rd, pushing Scusa to 4th, Johnny Air to 5th, and Maxwell into 6th.
I'm on board with our last driver that's going to be crossing the line. Chris Whitting Jr. Looks like you are as well.
Yes, I am, but there's actually one more behind him, and I'll go for him. It's Almeida.
Oh, well,
I guess
behind
technically
my
he's in
dogs.
front. So
Yeah, I was going to say
I-
he's.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're all good.
I was just gonna say I missed Tony Spaghetti actually eking out Chris Whitting Jr.
Yeah.
For 7th place by a factor of what is that, 235th of a second? Like what in the world? Like how? It's impressive.
unfortunately, Almeida was not able to get any sort of what's the word I'm looking for here?
Movement up the
I can't
grid.
think. Yeah, that'll work. Sure, why not?
And Nate, do you want to give us any updates for penalties when you get a chance? Because I believe I saw Waleed not set a time, and I'm wondering what's going on there.
Penalty.
While you're looking that up, I'm just gonna give everyone our top 5 for silver, which was Bandieri from Williams to Dunham to Scusa to Johnny Air, rounding out the top 5. Then Maxwell, Spaghetti, Whitting Jr., Cameron, and Palliant to do the top 10.
Go. As we see the gold drivers now getting lined up and going as they shuffle the order. Logan Schaefer appears to be our first gold driver out, so he'll be setting the pace for a lot of these gold drivers' times when he crosses the line here. We'll see.
I'm going to be on board with Rushkosh here in the Mercedes. Good looking car.
Oh yeah, the ZDR boys did a phenomenal job this year, or not this year, but this season with delivery.
Technically
Everybody
this
did.
year, if you think about it.
True, but everybody did a phenomenal job with their liveries. Not one miss from the livery reveal. Everybody was spot on with their designs.
I'm excited to see what people are going to do when we figure out the theme for Season 7.
Oh, I need a theme. I need to be bound within.
No more Arizona sweet tea.
Yeah, I need to be bound because I come up with bad meme stuff. Logan first
Dude,
lap
that
puts
thing
him
was
into
good,
P13. Anastasi up into 10th through his banker.
Attaboy.
I do see Anastasi doing well in qualifying just based solely off of the hot laps. He is actually leading D3 right now in hot laps.
Attaboy.
As we see Aaron Anderson jump up to P5 off his banker lap. That is a phenomenal banker and can set you up for good success throughout these qualifying laps.
Yep, Rushkosh on his 22nd. However, I am going to leave him for now and go to Matt, because Matt Anastasi right now is up almost half a second. Coming into turn, I'm not even going to try and number that, the second chicane.
There we go. That works.
I know Martin Riggs would be here and just judge me very loudly if I said the wrong number.
He's judging you in spirit right now.
He always judges me.
Zolder's one of the nice tracks that doesn't give every single corner a number. So like they count the chicane as one whole corner. So it's not like here's 6 and then 7, even though it's technically all one system.
Right.
So that's the nice part.
There's some tracks out there, you know. What was it? Was it Imola that had Bender's Gate? Not Bender's. What the hell was it? There's some goofy name. It's like a slight. That's a
By the way,
right, and it's got a whole name, not to mention a turn number assigned to it. It's just a very slight right. I feel like if it's less than 45 degrees or 30 degrees, maybe, then it shouldn't even have one. But
Maybe.
alas, here we are.
While that was happening, Anastasi was able to better his time by 6/10. He's now into first place by almost 3/10. Just over 2/10.
I see Meeks up almost a second, actually. I see he's 1.2 back, and he is about 9/10 up right now, so I'll move him up quite a bit here, up to P5.
We'll be running on board with Anderson now, who's down in 9th, currently first chicane, taking the ski jump as we speak. Is about 2 1/4 tenths up right now, so he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of drivers
As
making
soon as I said that, he lost a 10th.
Oh no.
Commentator's curse.
He's still up nearly 2/10.
Still doing good, though.
On his best
Yeah.
time, yeah. Yep. And from a penalty standpoint, while there were some penalties last race, I'm not seeing anything that's going to affect the start of this race.
Okay. So I just wonder, well,
No stop and goes, no pit lane starts.
Yeah,
nothing
Looks
like
as
that.
if Waleed and Lee both did not qualify.
Yeah, so that's a little bit unfortunate.
Wait, am I missing something?
No.
Maybe.
I'll take a gander as well, but I'm pretty sure you're right. I will.
Anderson was able to get himself from 5th up into 3rd, and while none of us were looking, Mr. Zach Dupuis was able to get from, I don't even know where he was, up into 2nd by .022. So it's going to be a battle for pole at the moment between Anastasia and Dupuis.
There we go. But no, Nate, you are correct. There's nothing for qualifying bans or anything, so just maybe forgot to hit drive in their time.
Maybe. I'm now riding on board with Garrity, who's down in 21st at the moment. I meant to click on Shea, but as soon as I meant to click on Shea, he set his time up into 4th place because he was up over 7/10. Oh, that's a lot of curb in that BMW. That big booty
Yeah,
beamer, though,
BMW
it can
likes
take
it.
though.
Yeah,
likes
BMW
it.
can take it, along with the Aston Martin, which is why we're going to see kind of a trend with these front-engine cars being a little quicker in some spots than other cars.
Yeah. You know, he's doing really good right now, though. Meeks, about 4/10 in that Lexus, which sounds ungodly.
Oh,
I love the engine of that thing.
We do have the engine sounds for today,
Yeah.
from my
It's a
point of
fan
view.
favorite.
I apologize. I done goofed. My OBS does not work as intended sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
we have no engine sounds?
we did for the first couple races, but now we do.
Wait, so I don't need to make him?
I mean that's
do that.
pretty accurate to the Lexus, I won't lie.
I can just
make
give me
a
the
loud
word.
growl and you're
That's right.
good.
Gino actually moved up into P6 at the moment, and right now Bandiri holding a top 5 spot.
Because Meeks up about half a second moves him into first place
Oh my gosh, there
by
we go.
.075. So I take back what I said because I'm a moron. It's actually
Easy,
a battle between
easy.
Meeks, Anderson, Anastasi, and Dupuis.
Yeah, 128.487. I mean,
I wish I was that fast.
Same.
I wish I was within like 4 seconds of that. Honestly. Honestly.
I
This
actually am
track
going to go
just-
back on board with Garrity, who's up
Oh,
almost 6/10 until he had that car going off, but he's still around 4/10 up, so we're going to see how that goes.
I'll let you ride on board with
A
him.
little
from
slidey.
Speed right behind him, who's also 5/10 up. So we'll see Garrity cross the line first, and then Speed potentially bunny hop him quite a bit here.
We're going to sit in his passenger seat as he's lost a lot of the time that I said he had gained. He's down to only 2/10 at the moment.
Well, get out of his passenger seat. You're adding weight.
I know, it's my ass. I'm just adding too much weight.
You got
I had too many burgers. It
got
does
a
move him
ballast
up though.
upgrade.
About 110 moved him up about 3 spots.
Logan Schaefer up about 5/10 here.
You
Fluttering
know
around
who's
that
doing
5/10.
really good coming across the line was Zach Dupois, who
Whoa,
moved up
baby!
7 tenths into a 27.8.
What about
He now
Roscosh
takes
and
first
Moffitt?
by 6 tenths.
He
Roscosh and
damn
Moffitt
near
both
improved
up.
it on by a second.
Where did Roscosh just go? I saw he had about 7/10 along with Moffitt also having.
Moffitt is in 12th, Roscosh in 9th.
There we go. As I see Logan Schaefer cross the line, where's this put him? P7. One of our first
But-
drivers to cross the line officially and end his qualifying.
At the moment,
Yeah.
though, our preliminary pole position sitter is Zach Dupuis, who I'm looking at right now. Look at that visor. Nothing but focus behind those eyes.
Can we talk about the time?
Yeah, 7.8. I think that's what is that? D2, maybe D1, possibly.
I don't think it's D1. I think it's definitely D2 times though. But that is insane. That is unfathomable. I was barely scratching 29s, and this man put in a 27.
27.8. I think his pole lap is exactly 2 seconds faster than what I qualified at.
Oh my goodness. We see
I'm glad I don't have to share a track with him.
Carbaugh moving up into the top 10 for right now.
Yeah.
Moffitt
Struggled a little
losing
bit out of
time
that
here
corner
in
right
sector
there.
3.
And still struggling. Oh,
Shea-
now he's in the pits.
Chase keeps P5, just improved his time.
But
But
for the
it does
time
not
being,
look like anyone else is improving.
it looks as if this is our pole sitter then, Zach Dupois. There we go. In first place by 6.37 seconds.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
goodness.
0.637 of a second.
Yeah,
6
that's
tenths of a second.
still insane.
It is. So our top 5 for this race is going to be Zach Dupuis, Meeks, Anderson, Anastasi, and then Colin Shea. Rounding out the top 10, we got Bandieri, Schaefer, Lloyd, Carbo, and Gino.
Well, while we wait for these drivers to get onto their formation lap, let's quickly go through the standings as we have it on screen here. Mr. Sam Reck still in P1. He's been a consistent finisher in the top 5. He has 3 second places and a P4 finish. So he has been very consistent so far this season. And then Fickert behind him, followed by Meeks, Dupuis, who is starting to make a run for that number 1 spot, especially after winning last week, I believe. Yeah, he did. He got gold P1. Super Dave, Aaron Anderson, Robbie Toddy, and Andy Speed, followed by Logan Schaefer and Ryan Garrity to finish out your top 10. And we'll
Who's not here today out of that name is Super Dave.
Oh, Super Dave. Then as we see the second page here, getting it. Oh my gosh, we have 52 drivers in the driver standings. That doesn't add up, but
Don't worry,
We'll see.
guys. We've been doing this for 5 weeks, but we just figured that out.
yeah.
Patterns. Are
Team
apparent.
standings, we got Comic Racing with Sam Reck and Super Dave up at the number 1 spot, followed by the Armamentario Academy Apex Hunters. Start Your Systems with Aaron Anderson and Zach Dupuis, who, like I said, did well. Go back to number 2 there. Robbie Toddy and Dustin Fickert with the Apex Hunters. Tequila Sunrise with CJ Meeks and Curtis Lee. Glazed and Confused with Elliot Levine and Ryan Garrity. So
Love that name.
a lot of drivers up for good points today to try to close in these the standings, closing the standings. My gosh, words are hard for me.
Absolutely.
You know,
it's
in
funny
the
with
chat, really quick, Jess Osborne saying that he's strategically qualified slow, so let's take an onboard look at Jess here as he sits down in third first, unfortunately. Hi, Jess. All right, bye, Jess.
Yeah, I know that we've been highlighting along these drivers and their skills making these liveries this season. So
Oh yeah. You got
always-
just a ton of really, really talented and creative people in SRA between, you know, Selena Boonstra's intro video, you know, all the liveries, especially I know Fazli has made some really fantastic liveries. Not to mention his coaching sessions he puts on with Armentario Academy, and then you got Coach Jeffries obviously doing a fantastic job. Just a ton of very, very talented people that have come together in SRA.
Agreed. Well, as we get through this formation lap, do we want to hear what Donahue has for his predictions of silver and gold?
Predictions of silver and gold. Okay. Gold, I don't know. It could go between any, I'd say, maybe the top 5. They've all cemented themselves to be really great drivers in the race. Even if they don't have a good qualifying, they always end up making up a lot of spots. So it's going to be interesting to see that. I guess I'll give it to Dupuis today for gold. For silver, I think it's going to be Bandieri because he had such a good qualifying. Or the next closest person in silver, who's Williams. 6 spots difference between those two.
Yeah.
Oh no, and it seems that the Carbo forgot to hit drive or something. He's in the pits.
I saw that. That is not what you want to see.
Do some research for us.
Well, I saw it in the pits, so I'm pretty sure he forgot to hit drive. So
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. No research needed.
Yeah, I've actually, just by happenstance, I was on board with him, and you know, he immediately teleported the pits and then just didn't go anywhere. I still don't think that he's at the computer. I think he's probably having some technical difficulties right now. I've been there. It sucks. It really sucks.
well, as
You
we're
know,
in-
that is going to be good for Williams, though, as he tries to fight to catch up to Bandieri, because instead of 6 spots, it's now 5.
yeah.
There
But
you go.
we are getting close to where drivers are going to be starting to line up double file as the leaders are through the hairpin.
As soon as you said that, they start lining up double file.
There we go. So, as we head into this last chicane here, drivers are obviously now in double file, you know, making sure they're in the right spot so that you're not getting a drive-through or anything. All the drivers in the back rushing to get to their spot because being in the back,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you get hit with that too wide. You are flying as fast as you can to get to
Yeah.
that spot.
Because you're in the
Quite nice,
green,
though.
next thing you know, it's like you're in the red. You see that teleporting soon message,
Yep.
and you're like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta go.
Here we go as we enter the starting straight. There's a large gap between
Anastasi and Meeks.
Yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be a drive-through.
Let's see if he can use
Away we
that.
go. Here
Oh,
we go.
away
No,
we go.
no drive-through. That's shocking for where people were on track.
We already got Anderson trying to make a move, as I think Meeks was able to get past Dupuis.
He was. Somehow, like I said, it seemed like someone was out of position, and so Meeks just took advantage of that. As we look down the order, I'm not seeing anything so far
Yeah.
for yellow flags. It seems like it's a
Very
nice,
clean so
clean
far.
so far. That second chicane is where I'm just gonna see what happens as we see the
All right,
leaders
really
and
quick,
everybody.
coming up to it really quick. How many people take the ski jump on lap 1?
Oh, a lot.
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
Oh wow!
Oh, and I saw someone
And
going wide.
as
in that.
Nico Roscosh does a fantastic job of avoiding
Oh,
the
no, I
pack
see
that
a-
was Williams in front of him. If I'm
There's a
not
lot of
mistaken.
accidents down back. Hey, Austin, what's going on?
All right, well, I went back because I saw Jess Osborne had a yellow, but it just somebody missed a braking spot, had a little bit of a dive, and too wide.
Oh,
Was that-
hang on. We're going side by side into the hairpin there just then with Dupuis and Meeks. I'm sorry, continue. Nothing happened.
Second chicane also had some issues. Not quite sure what happened there as I got through the replay, and all of a sudden there's yellow flags again, as the hairpin also has some yellow flags. So a little bit of a chaotic start in Sector 2 and a little bit of Sector 3. Kind of anticipated for tonight just because of the nature of this track. So I know
Might be
in
the most
drivers-
chaotic start we've seen from D3 as Dupuis was able to get past Meeks as he went a little wide on the end turn 1. Now Meeks is going to have to fight back into turn 2, but Dupuis is going to be covering him off nicely. So he takes his position back in first.
Yep, he is now 5/10 clear as Meeks has Anderson right behind him. Is Dupuis and Meeks both on the same team, so if they get a 1-2 today,
No, they're
that
not.
is... Yeah, they are. Aaron Anderson
Dupuis and Meeks?
Yeah,
Dupuis and
Meeks.
Anderson?
No,
They're
that's
different
what I meant.
cars.
That you're right. Words are brain had one idea, mouth said
Brain
different
dead.
thing. Yeah. Aaron
I'll
Anderson
tell you right now, in the mid pack at number 13 with Nico Roscosh doing a fantastic job of holding off 14th position, Anthony Speed. They keep trading places as there seems to be a big conglomerate of cars that keep building up, contracting, converging, separating, coming together. It's kind of exciting to see how these guys are continuously overtaking and then relinquishing those spots.
Yeah, oh, we have a little bit of door banging between Spaghetti and Cameron there into the hairpin. Spaghetti actually got a better run out and looks like potentially 2 spots right there.
Hang on just a second, because right now we're side by side with Meeks and Anderson coming down the main straight. Meeks is going to be able to hold him off. Anderson, I thought he was going to go for a switchback. He didn't end up going for a switchback. So we're just going to slot back in line here for turn 2.
I think I said Anthony Speed. I meant Andy Speed. Oh, and we have contact with Roscosh. Him and, was that Roby Toady?
Robbie Toddy. Let's go back and look and see what happened there on the main screen. 2 wide going into turn 1, and just looks like closed the door a little too much while the car was there and contact was made. Sure, they'll talk about that in the race review.
Sure. Roscosh doing a really good job of waiting for the line to clear and making a safe entry back onto the track.
Hang on just a second, because Levine, he tried to go down the inside on, I think Dunham at the first chicane, was not able to get it, and it's going to leave him vulnerable to Moffitt being behind him. Because Moffitt got a much better run. Into the second chicane we go. And, there was
no, contact
between Spaghetti and Holmes, I think. But Spaghetti is off the wall.
Yeah, too wide to that chicane. It's doable, but you have to have a lot of trust.
Dangerous.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of trust with that driver that's next to you. But
oh yeah.
There's
very
actually
unfortunate.
3 drivers that have actually satisfied the pit lane requirements. Michael Smith and Lee.
We have our 55-minute pit window today.
Lee is going to come out right into traffic, though. We'll see how this goes as he comes out right in front of his teammate, actually.
And we have 3 more drivers going back into pits right now, probably as a result of that scuffle.
I mean,
who are they? Give us names, Nate.
I think Roscosh was definitely one. Jess Osborne might be the second one. I'm trying to look, and then
Jess did have some damage, so that makes sense.
Oh, I'm going to be on board with Dunham. I'm sorry, Scusa, as he is all over the back end of Maxwell right now, as Maxwell did not get a good exit out of turn 3, even with that V10 barely able to get in front of the lineman here coming into the first chicane. And he goes wide off into the dirt, was able to continue to go, but he is going to lose that spot to Scusa as he had a perfect exit out of that first chicane. That's going to leave him vulnerable from Dunham now.
There's a lot of fights going on up and down this grid, and I anticipate this to continue for a little bit. As
it's hard to get all of them.
That's right. This action ain't going anywhere, folks. Stay tuned.
Yeah,
speaking of which, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7-car train from Bandieri all the way down to Andy Speed.
Yeah, I had Colin Shea and Anastasi going side by side, probably in that last chicane, and Anastasi backed out a little bit, but looking to take that position back. But yeah, like we said.
Oh, Gino going around the outside of turn 1 into Bandier. They make it a little bit of contact. Nothing too bad, though. Not able to get past him, though. He's just going to slot back in for turn 2 and keep on going.
Looks like Sam Reck has pitted as well, along with a couple other drivers.
Early pit from him.
It is an early pit.
Few again.
And
pits.
Gino was able to get past Bandieri. I'm stupid. I was watching that and didn't even realize it. It was right on the exit of turn 2 coming into turn 3. Logan Shaper's now going to be alongside Bandieri. Going to slot back in for the first chicane. Smart. Definitely don't want to try and take that one too wide, but he gets a much better exit than Bandieri that time. Bandieri? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I feel bad.
I know. I'll reach out to him and make sure we get the correct pronunciation. And
Oh, and Johnson was able to move up a spot on Lloyd. It's now going to open him up to go fight Logan.
Pip be catching every battle and overtake right now while I'm trying to find some other ones as I see Speed trying to go to the outside of the hairpin. I found one, potentially a fight, but Speed tried to go around the outside. Williams there on the hairpin did not make it stick. Looks like he was eyeing up a move.
Our people down at the back of the grid right now. Michael on Almeida, 2/10 within it right now, coming out of turn 3.
Speed ended up going into the pits.
Who did?
Speed. So,
okay.
I'm gonna be done with this fight and go into pits.
Michael
like
took the speed jump.
Took a bit of time in the pits as well. I'm wondering how much damage he had. He was in there for.
How long was he stopped?
It appeared to be over like right around 2 minutes. So I'm thinking suspension.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
He was in for a while. He was in the low 30s. So now that he's out of pits, he's now in 37 as he comes out. So I think he must have taken some severe damage there at the very beginning.
Who was that you were saying? Sorry.
That would have been Maxwell.
Maxwell? I have Maxwell stopped for 42 seconds.
2 minutes?
Sometimes I exaggerate.
Oh, hang on. Holmes and Whitting Jr. side by side coming out of the exit of that first chicane. Let's see who got a better run as we come down into the second chicane now.
We had that battle both in the main and pits.
Aston action.
So people got to see that battle.
Getting a little bit slidey there coming out of the exit. It's going to let Sweeney possibly get past him. It does. Sweeney gets past Ballion. In the chat, people saying that Maxwell probably had body damage from that turn 1 pileup. So that most likely have done it.
He was definitely caught up in that.
45 seconds seems a lot for just some body damage, though. Who knows, though? Alright, I'm going to be going back up into the top 10 now as we are on board with Johnson, who was able to get past Lloyd a while ago. Now hunting down Bandieri. He's going to be side by side coming into, I believe that is turn 3 now? Yep, side by side into turn 3. Oh, and Bandieri gets a good run, but touch grass a little bit on the exit. So it's going to let Johnson just still inch past, and it looks as if Lloyd is going to be going for a pass as well.
Bandieri also having some contact with somebody in this hairpin, and Schaefer goes wide.
Williams is getting blocked in by Lloyd and Bandieri. You know where to go. Just kind of ran lazily into the side of Lloyd there, unfortunately. But luckily, no damage. And, oh, no! Who was that? Scusa, I think. Just went straight on in that second hairpin, or second chicane. Let me see if I can't get a replay on that for
a lot of drivers going wide there. And cutting that corner. I'm sure we'll see potentially corner cut warnings as this entire group that you've been following is still very tight together.
All right, here we go. Coming into the second chicane, misjudged his braking point, and instead of destroying the people in front of him, he elected to run it off the road. A good move on him. Lloyd went off as well, so did Schaefer, Moffitt, Air, and Cameron. Not badly, though. Just a little bit of a slide. Escusa, unfortunately, still falling down the order right now. He got a bad exit out of that last corner. He's down into 16th now, at risk of losing down to 17th from Johnny Air at the moment, who's putting all kinds of pressure on the back end.
My favorite kind of pressure.
Oh, hey now.
Hey, yo.
What did he say?
What did he say? I am going to be on board now with Logan Schaefer, who's part of that train that Bandieri is leading still. He's going to be sewing side by side with Levine here into the first chicane. They're going to almost touch. I almost said they touched, but they didn't. They got very close to doing it, though. Schaefer going to slot back in behind Levine and stay there through the second chicane.
Yeah, he's part of that 5-car battle there. Well, actually 6-car battle. So we'll see what happens, because that is, like we said, a very tight battle between those cars, and one slight error, as we saw, it can send 3 to 4 cars just off greening.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all it takes.
Meanwhile, because so much action has been going on in the back, and the fact that Anderson and Meeks are still battling it as well, Zach Dupuis has managed to open up a 4.1 second gap to second place.
Oof, duh. That is a lot to overcome. And
I'm actually going to come and right on board with Anderson and his battle with Meeks as we come through turn 3, getting still within 2/10. I think they have like this for the last 6 or so laps.
Ooh, Sean Williams making a move here into that third turn, looking to hold it as he goes into this fast right-hander before the first chicane. Looks like he has it. We'll see if he has a better exit. Oh, let's see. I believe that's William having the better exit, as Dunham was a little slow on exit. Oh, full send and makes it cleanly. Williams holds on to that spot. So there's up and down the field, everybody making moves, trying to get things done on such a tight track.
Yeah, there's just really limited opportunities to pass. And I'm watching halfway down the mid-pack here, midfield. Nick Cameron in the Audi just a fantastic job of staying with Moffitt.
So Sweeney actually had a yellow flag on, went back and saw what happened. It looked like, I believe him and Garrity came together as they try to go too wide to that first chicane, which is a kind of a big no-no, as there's not a lot of space for two cars.
Wide? On Zolder?
That first chicane, because that first curve will launch your car and unsettle it just a little bit, not a lot, but that second curve will unsettle the car tremendously, and you're risking contact with that. So
Sure.
You know what's interesting is that train that we had from Bandieri in 8th has kind of let off a little bit as Lloyd has kind of fallen below 1 second of it. Now Lloyd has a train behind him with Dunham, Williams, Levine, Schaefer, and Moffitt.
Yeah.
As we see,
and Nick
Williams
Cameron
getting a
was
little
right
bit slidey coming out of turn 3 as well.
yeah,
Nick Cameron was right there, a part of that train towards the back end. And now we find Nick Cameron and David Scusa enter into the pits, and Nick Cameron's got a really, really good pit as he goes for the splash and dash.
Splash and dash, our favorite.
He was in there for a total of 10 seconds. Not too shabby. Actually, one
That's
of the
not
best.
a splash and dash.
That's not a splash and dash. Splash and dash gets you
229 between entry and exit.
Right now.
That's one of the.
Hang on just a second, as we're coming into the hairpin with Dunham and Lloyd almost side by side. Oh, Porsche on Porsche action. You're not going to be able to outbrake another Porsche, unfortunately. So we're going to be slotting right back in. Continue, Nate. Sorry.
Oh, no. That's. I was saying Nick Cameron's pit time is actually one of the quickest. Now, he was slightly beat out by Garrity at 9 seconds. And then Wreck, whom I feel like in this day and age, as we find him continuously at the top of the podium, I feel like that's whatever you call a big guy tiny, with his last name being Wreck. Wreck had a pit time, where was it? It was right here. I want to say it was 6 seconds. I mean, he was truly in and out like those overrated burgers out of California.
Throw back to our conversation pre-race.
That's right. Yeah. I gotta have a little inside joke there.
Yep.
Waterburger supremacy.
But yeah, the splash and dash, if executed properly, like Doug always says, pit lane execution is about 4 seconds total, as we see Holmes actually trying to make a move and Whitting Jr. just at least put the pressure on. But yeah, 4 seconds is the rough splash and dash time, because that's pretty much the bare minimum you were stopped for.
Sure. Yeah, and Robbie Toady had
Johnny
a
Air
6 second.
and Whitting Jr. come together. Whitting, not a huge incident, but just a little tap, and Whitting Jr. becoming the worst off of that one, just going a little sideways and having to slot in behind Holmes now. So
I'm going to be on board with Johnson as he looked to do a dive that last chicane. Glad he didn't, though. That's an interesting place to try to go too wide. But he's going to slot back in and see what that AMG can do against an Aston.
you were saying, though, Nate, we had a little bit of an incident and someone potentially passing. So what were you saying? Throwing it back to you.
Well, what incident exactly? Like, I remember a couple.
Oh no,
of them.
I talked about the incident, but you were saying something as I jumped in, so I was trying to see if you remember your conversation.
that was literally like 90 seconds ago. There's no way I can remember.
He has the memory of a
There's
goldfish.
too much action.
Yeah.
Yes, but a goldfish is always happy.
Oh no.
You have a point. You have a point.
Well, I feel like I just watched a movie where like the tagline was like "Be a goldfish." I don't remember what it was. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
gosh.
something about like letting go of the past. I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
That's
If somebody in chat could clarify, that would be fantastic.
But you know,
We're
who
already
can help you
18 minutes in.
clarify
I
things?
I don't even have enough monitors for chat. I gotta have race control on one screen and the actual the
I
race
have
up on the other.
I have the chat on my phone.
Yeah.
Big brain
Yeah.
move right there.
No,
But,
that's and I have my phone in my hand, but I'm using it to reference like everyone's first names.
Oh no! Oh no! Levine and Garrity, or is that Levine and Logan Schaefer going side by side. I saw the glazing confused and automatically assumed Garrity, but no, that was Levine and Schaefer going side by side in that last chicane. Schaefer backing out, looking to make a move here into turn one. Might be a little too far back. Yep. Just slots back in. Lost a lot of time there though.
Ooh, Johnson going side by side with Gino as we come into turn 3 now, and blue flag Toddy in the back getting a little slidey, but Johnson able to get past on the inside of turn 3. I'm out of breath. I need to take a second here.
Good for you. Can we just talk about John Carbo for a second? Up 19 places, finding himself in P18 right now.
Wow.
Up 19 places and still
On the hunt.
crawling. Yeah, he is. He is in the middle, maybe towards the back end of a very, very tight gap with 3 cars within, 4 cars within, half a second of each other. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars
make up
within
your mind, can
between
you?
1 and 10 seconds of each other. It's super simple math.
Yeah, Carbo is actually about a half a second behind Whitting Jr. in that wee haul.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and he's
you know,
creeping up quick. And look at
you
that,
haul-
he's
oh,
trying to make a
a
move, and he
little
goes
wide.
wide a little bit, trying to avoid damage, and he does. Doing a really good job of still keeping himself in the hunt for even more positions that he's already gained. He's already up 19. All right, let's see what else he can do.
I
You guys have
haul, you haul, we haul.
Well, you guys have been following that. I've been following Logan Schaefer on Levine here for about a lap, and Logan's been putting on a lot of pressure, but Williams made a mistake into that first chicane, lost 2 spots, but now is putting pressure on Logan himself, and Logan tries to hold it on the inside of that turn as Levine goes a little wide. Logan side by side. Can he hold this move? He's ahead for now, and we'll see what happens as they head down into the chicane as all 3 of them are trying to stick their noses out and try to make a move.
Well, that was happening. Whitting Jr. able to get past air. It looks as if Carbo was about to have a load, but decides
He
to
is,
not.
yeah. He
Schaefer
poked his
having-
nose in a
oh,
little
no.
bit and then backed out. But he's right there though.
Talia
Schaefer
got
having-
a better run than Carbo, so they might be side by side coming into the second one.
Schaefer had a little bit of a slow exit of that first chicane, which allowed Levine and Williams to try to potentially make a move. Levine had to fight off Williams as they go side by side in that second chicane. But overall, everybody kind of keeps their position as they've been kind of jockeying around and trying to find the space.
Absolutely.
But
Lots of good battles up and down the track so far.
there
And it
is
I
should
think
come
our
as no
biggest-
surprise to anybody. If you look at the top 20 races right now, not a single one of them have pit thus far. I feel like there's only a couple out of the remaining that have actually not pit either.
but you know what can help you with your racecraft, though?
Oh, let's hear.
Armin Ontario, the HUD editor, that software itself, gives you a little bit more.
Highly customizable. Armentario is fantastic.
And it gives you a little bit more details on what your car is doing. You know, throttle input, wheel input, time deltas, all of that. It just helps improve the HUD here for ACC. So
No question.
highly recommend them, and they've been good for us.
Wow.
20 just went wide at turn 3. That's going to leave the door open for Carbo to get past, and maybe even Polyon.
Ooh, flashing lights.
Yeah, I think Polyon's going to
A
go
little
as
bit,
well,
Polyon's
and he
gonna
does.
go down on the outside of that first chicane, and Johnny Air unfortunately loses 2 spots in the span of 1 straight.
Yeah, someone wasn't happy with the move, so obviously they flashed the lights saying like, "Hey, let me by, or I'm gonna make a move here."
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Now as we follow Carbo trying to just make up that time on winning Junior, and he is getting a little bit closer.
We'll be back
In
on
front of-
board with Anderson as heats down Meeks. Still.
Aaron Anderson also has the fastest lap of this race at a 1:29.052.
He does. You know, there's in the top 5, there's only been 1 position change so far, and that's Colin Shea from 5th to 4th. That's the only thing that's changed so far in this race.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess you could say Matt Anastasi went from 4th to 5th. So maybe 2?
Okay, you know what?
You know, they say technically right is the best kind of right.
By the way, remember how we were
Meeks
talking
got
about
a really bad exit out of the second chicane? It's gonna let Anderson get right on the alongside. So we're gonna see if there's a move here, and then I'll let you say it. Oh yeah, there is gonna be a move into the hairpin. Anderson gonna make it stick. Yes, he does. Blocks the switchback from Meeks. Oh, but Meeks is gonna
Meeks
go.
is trying to go wide.
He's gonna go try along the outside, coming into the final chicane here. Let's see if they slot in. Yep, so far so good from both of them. No contact at all, and Anderson has gotten past Meeks for the time being. That's a great move there.
Fantastic job by Meeks to just hold his line despite the pressure fantastic job by Anderson. Despite the pressure that Meeks was putting on, held his line, and he still finds himself in the very same position that he was prior to the entry of turn 1.
well,
No, I'm wrong.
Anderson was 3rd, Meeks was 2nd.
well, while you guys were
but
talking,
Meeks got hang on. Meeks got a much better run than Anderson in this first chicane. Let's see. There we go. They swapped again. Oh, and they're gonna swap again on the exit as Meeks does not get a good exit, but Anderson does, not taking the ski jump. Sorry, Austin. Back to you in just a second here. As we come through the second chicane, Meeks is still all over the back end of Anderson right now. Anderson seems to have gotten a little bit better of an exit, which is going to make Meeks fall back a little bit. Let's see if he goes for a move here at the hairpin. He does not. All right, we'll go back to you, Austin.
well, as I was trying to say, remember back at the start of the race, Bandiri was our leading silver driver, but he's been in a fight. He was in a fight with Dunham. Dunham has now passed him, as we saw on the main screen while you guys were discussing the pit fight there, and now he's under pressure from Lloyd immediately as he was following Dunham, but now is 2.2 behind him. So Dunham has made a push to get into that P1 for silver.
Oh, yeah. All right. Do you want to know what my fun facts are going to be spread out through the rest of this race for the day?
Let's get you one of them right now, so we can.
They're going to be about aviation.
Yes.
By special demand by our man Nate Bright over here.
Yes.
First one I'm going to go with is the busiest airport in the world is actually Atlanta. However, that's no surprise to anybody that's ever been there. But the second busiest airport is DFW, your favorite airport in the world.
Boo.
Come on.
DFW.
That's not a
is the
fun
second-
fact. I hate that fact.
But it makes sense though to me as someone who flies in the airspace here, because there's so many planes that come in and out of DFW. It's insane.
Can we talk about how stressful of a job being an ACC would be?
That's why they're called angels.
Yeah. I feel like that should be a requisite. If you're going to be a pilot, you have to do a year of air
Oh, hell
traffic
no.
control.
No. I'm not doing that.
Oh, and contact between Lloyd and I believe it was Schaefer as Lloyd tries to struggle to get back on track and he cuts off Levine, was it? And then goes beyond both of them back in the mid-pack at position number 11.
Oh, that was with Lloyd and Bandiri actually, and Schaefer got to go
You gonna
through.
get a replay on that one?
I did, and like you said,
Alright.
cut off. I believe that was Levine. Oh no.
I mean, it was a quick rejoin, but I'm not sure that I'm
As
with.
both Bandiri and Levine go into the
Go
pits.
into the pits.
Yep.
Oh, someone touched the gravel on the last corner. I don't know.
Oh
who
no,
that was.
I joined Gino at the wrong time as he tapped the car in front of him. It was a Lexus. What Lexus was that? That looks like it was Lee. That was Lee, the blue flag, potentially. And
Oh wow. Oh wow.
It was
As we
because
have-
Leela just had a blue flag or a yellow flag.
yeah,
Was that Speed who was just off in the dirt over there as well?
I'm not seeing
All
another...
the action happening at once.
Well, you know, while there is a lot of action happening, you know what can help you control that action at the worksite?
I love your segues, man. Nobody segues like you do. There
Oh, I
are
tried.
nobody segues
Oh, no.
like you.
Well, we're having to wait on that segue as we see Logan Schaefer. Looks like he had a little incident in that first chicane. Unfortunate. Bandiri has a stop go 30. I
Oh,
believe
no.
that would be through the pits, speeding in the pits.
That's exactly what that is.
Bees thing.
Hang on just a second on your transition as well, because we got Carbo and Moffat coming into the third turn right now. And Levine as well, since he popped out of the pits. So this is going to be an interesting little battle. All right, now you can... Oh, wait, hang on. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Carbo going side by side with Moffat. He's going to go late on the brakes. And in Aston, overshoot the first part of the chicane a little bit. Let's see. And he's going to let Moffat take the spot. Good sport there. As he technically, I think, cut the track quite a bit to make that overtake.
I
So
agree. I was on a different camera and saw how much he actually cut, and that was a lot.
yeah,
That was a lot.
but good on Carbo for giving
Track
that back up to
warning
him.
numero. I don't know.
Well,
maybe.
it could be 3. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Numero
yeah,
uno
at
for
this
us
point.
seeing it, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, for us. Well, I don't know. There's been a few people I've seen at that second chicane that have definitely cut the track. Because
Well,
I know from experience, if you touch that one part.
It depends on... It's all based off of, what I believe, like your fastest time and speed through that. So, if you end up having to actually slow down, and depending on where it's going to count it, that distance, if you slow down enough, you'll be fine. Or just getting a warning, so...
Yeah, the trick is to like lay down some absolute pure gasoline, as Gordon Beverly would do, your first couple of laps. Then you can just track anywhere you want.
No.
Oh no, that's incorrect.
Oh, and
advice.
Carbo goes off.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
Carbo.
watching.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
get
watching
sucked
on
into the
board
void.
here. Whoa, that was rude. With Garrity and Nico Roshkosh, as well as Smith. He's gonna be into this battle as well at the moment. Ooh, Garrity did not get a good exit at a turn B. Let's see what Smith does with that. He's gonna go side by side into that first chicane. Let's see. Oh, yep. There we go. We got the move done. Now he's going to be hunting down Nico Roshkosh, who's 1.7 seconds ahead. Let's see if Garrity is able to fight back against Smith now.
Well, as we wait for that, I can get back to my wonderful segue of
Awful
Documize.
transition.
Hey,
It was a beautiful transition, I'll have you know.
All right, let's
But
hear it, Austin. Tell us about
Documize.
Documize.
It will help you improve your lap times on the office just because it has document control, file management. You can help improve your metrics for the work flow, along with handing out workloads for individual employees, and help also build your FAQ for potentially within your site and within internal use. So Documize, like I said, helps you make faster lap times on the office. So check it out.
Nice. Sweeney into the pits.
See,
Love it.
Bandiri has a yellow flag. Looks like he just TP'd and left. I wonder what
Aw.
happened there. Maybe a fatal air crash, or he just wasn't having it.
You know, we are within that 30-minute mark, so I want everyone to start thinking about a driver of the day. And with that, I'm going to go through our biggest winners and losers so far. So far, our biggest winner is
Asterisks on
Holmes.
this. It does get a little skewed with the 55-minute pit window, as we found out last week.
It does, yes. But so far, our biggest winner is Holmes right now, up 7 spots. I don't know if he's pit yet, and you can check that, Austin. But
does not
17
look
spots.
like-
Oh, he just popped into the pit. He's no longer going to be our biggest person. So, let me find a
Forget
different one.
Holmes.
Anderson up 15 spots and 14th right now. Now 17. And our biggest loser so far is Williams, down 21 spots at the moment, down to 32nd.
Who has pit?
That's unfortunate.
Well, you know who will help you if you need to improve? Coach Jeffrey's Academy. The man out here spitting facts and helping drivers out all the time. The coach, being the GOAT that he is, with everything he does for the league. So, picking drivers.
Transitions are amazing. I love them.
Oh, I've been trying. I've been getting better at this.
Freaking best, man. Nobody segues like this guy. Not even the guy who killed himself on his own segue
Hey.
invention.
Easy there.
Nate, what in the world?
That's literally what happened. The
I
segue
know, but
guy-
easy on that.
I'm
Jess,
sorry, I'm just trying to say.
don't get mad at me this week. This week it's Nate you need to get mad at.
I'm trying to control this. I'm sorry.
Good luck. We are two uncontrollable monsters. I'm gonna be on board with Logan Schaefer as he's right on the back end of Whitting Jr. at the moment.
Yeah, that appears to be one of our closer fights. I'll jump on Gino while you follow that
Ooh,
one.
Whitting Jr. got a really bad exit. That's gonna Logan goes side by side on the main straight right now. I'm gonna switch to a different camera so I can see some action happening here into turn 1. Schaefer's gonna have just back out completely there. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe a little just too hard on the brakes or something, but that's gonna let Whitting Jr. still maintain the spot over Schaefer.
Well, as you were talking about that, I went back and watched Rashkosh, what happened to him, and that second chicane just got a yellow flag because took that second chicane a little too aggressively, got the back end unsettled, and spun it around as Dunham. Oh no, what did Dunham do? Looks like Dunham potentially did the same thing. Because he goes side by side with the driver and takes the first and second chicane pretty aggressively with that Porsche and loses the back end as he gets unsettled. Now he's back up and running. He has a 10-second gap to fill, get back in the fight with Gino, but I don't know who he was fighting with there in the replay, unfortunately.
Still on board here with Logan Schaefer as he's still right on the back end of Whitting Jr. coming into the hairpin. Whitting, you're going to block out any sort of possible move there from Logan. Great defending on his part.
Yeah, simply by holding his line, honestly.
Hey, that's all you need to do is be predictable,
Exactly.
hold the line, and there you go, a good defense. So, let's see, I'm on board with Gino here, who's actually putting some pressure on Johnson. Not close enough to really make a full-on move, as I see a lot of movement. Pits. Never mind. The pit sign does not come on for a while, so
It does not. It's ridiculous.
yes.
I almost said that earlier, and then I was like, oh, never mind. There's the P.
Yep. But as we see Gino and Johnson, they're pulling up on a blue flag right now in the middle of their fight. I want to see where the blue flag is as it gets out of the way for Johnson, but now is right in front of Gino, and we'll see when he gets out of the way. That is something that drivers do have to deal with the 55-minute pit window and different strategies. So it just gives a little bit more of a extra dimension within a lot of these fights for positions.
Oh yeah, it really does.
So it looks like Gino has dropped
Whitting
back
Jr.
a
got a
little
really bad exit out of the second chicane. That's gonna make
Yeah, but Logan Schaefer's still like,
all over the back.
still
see if he
trying to
tries to
find
go
a
for a
line
move.
though. Yeah.
Nope,
And
not at all. Just gonna keep slotting back in.
Oh no, Sam.
Yep.
Amrek going a little wide after that. I believe that's turn 7 or 8 and touching the grass, which pulls him back a little bit of Anastasia. A lot of drivers.
Oh, and here we go. Whitting Jr. got a bad exit again out of the last corner. Let's see what Logan does with this time around. We're going to be side by side coming into the first turn, and Logan outbreaks himself again. Slots back in, but with Whitting Jr. And now we have Colin Shea in the mix, just a little bit ahead of Whitting Jr. as he just did his pit stop and is now cleared of that. I think
Oh no,
he might be
Johnny.
the only one that was up top to do that.
Johnny Ayer losing 3 positions in one chicane. Just went a
no.
little wide in the second chicane.
Hang on! Whitting Jr. just went wide at turn 3, just gave the spot up to Schaefer.
Schaefer took
All
it
right, go ahead.
right out from underneath him.
Well, I was pretty much finished, so I got through.
Oh,
with
okay,
mine,
never
so we're
mind.
good.
Yeah. Logan Schaefer. Oh, and he's got a drive-through. That must have been one track
that-
cut too many for him.
That ski jump must have been the last one he could do.
Yep, it was
Oh,
one too many.
man.
Now he's got a drive-through, and it allowed. Wait, well, Schaefer was the one who had passed him on it. Now that I mentioned that, so Whitting Jr.
Wait, Schaefer has
got
the
a
drive-through, or Whitting
yeah,
Jr.
Schaefer. No, Schaefer
Okay.
has the drive-through. So
Confirmed.
that pass he made on Whitting Jr. came at a very, very high cost.
Well, to be fair, drive through, and he still needs to pit, so he has to go
And
through
he
the
still
pit
needs to pit.
twice
Exactly
at this
right.
point.
Twice.
He's got to do it twice. So Whitting Jr.
Hang on just a second. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
probably unwitting, you know, to the fact that he got passed. Now he did go wide. You're 100% right about that. But what I very highly doubt that he was aware of was that wide pass was going to put Logan Schaefer in a drive-through penalty position, which is
I think
exactly
what it
where he finds
was-
himself. And now
I
he
think-
needs to pit to clear his pit lane and pit to clear his drive-through penalty.
I think what it was Logan took too much of the ski jump, and it counted it as off track.
But wouldn't you
When
still
we
you need to
onboard
build that
here
up
with
over time though,
Rajkosh.
correct?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that would have counted as the last one. if
Right,
it- if
right,
it
right.
counted.
Yeah,
It's fourth
I'm
one.
100% in agreement with you on that.
I'm gonna be on board here with Rajkosh on Garrity. We got 20
minutes,
and
but-
45 seconds left in this race, so I want to start seeing some more driver of the day votes rolling in. Also, do you guys want to hear the second fact for the day?
Let's hear it
Love
while we
to.
got a little bit of time before I start trying to get my segues in.
Sure. Lift. Nate, how do you think lift is made? If you don't already know.
So it's a low pressure that forms underneath a wing, where a high pressure system forms above the wing.
Flip-flop it. A lot of people think it would be that way, but because the air over the top of the wing is moving much faster, that creates a low pressure up there. And then you've got
I had
high
it
pressure
backwards.
underneath the wing that is actually lifting you up because pressures always want to equalize.
Yeah, okay. High pressure under the wing, low pressure. Yeah, that makes far more sense. That
Which
makes
is
you
more
wanna
also
sense.
why, if you've ever looked at the cross section of a wing, the bottom of it is flat and the top is curved. As Rajkosh and Garrity come together here at the hairpin, interrupting my own fun fact. But Rajkosh and Garrity still going to be side by side as we come into the last two corners here. Going to let Johnny Air get into this battle as well. Garrity is going to get back in front of Rajkosh. Rajkosh trying to go for a switch pack, doesn't have enough momentum to get it done though. Interrupted my own fun fact.
Add to your fun fact, if you ever look at a F1 rear wing, it basically shows the inverse of that.
It is exactly an inverse.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I was thinking the opposite of the finale.
Oh, and Rajkosh hits the curbs on turn 2 and spins out into the wall. Not what you want to see. He loses a spot to Air and Scusa.
Not that you want to see it at any point in the race, but you especially don't want to see it at this point in the race.
Agreed.
Yeah, with 20 minutes left. And the people that you're fighting had already pit.
Yeah.
You know what could have potentially saved him?
What?
A go setup.
Oh my
know?
god. Oh god.
This guy, the segues are legendary. Let's hear it, baby.
So Go setups, they give you 5 setups, 2 safe setups for racing quality, 2 esports setups for racing quality, and then a medium wet setup. So
To clarify, the eSport setup is like an aggressive setup.
it's very oversteery, so you're sliding around.
Got it.
Logan Schaefer into the pits.
But yeah, I might
Winning
have said-
Jr., whom still has not pit yet, finds Anastasi and Wreck right on his tail too. But keep in mind, both of them have actually already pit.
Here, I'll get some onboard action for you here with Whitting Jr.
Just finishing up that Go setup stuff. If you use our affiliate link within the Discord and our website, you do help the league out with SRA since we are partnered with them.
Absolutely, yeah. Throw them a little bit of business. Helps the league out. It's a win-win.
Anastasi gets past. Okay, Whitting Jr. decides to let Anastasi and Wreck pass because he knows that they have pit. He has not.
Yeah, I was following that from the helicam while you had the onboard there. And, oh no!
Anastasi just
No, that's not Anastasi.
No,
That was Whitting. That was Whitting Jr.
And Wreck, Whitting Jr. going into the pits did not think about Wreck trying to make that turn and just ran into the back. Let's see if I can't get an angle on that. Unfortunately, I just catched the end.
Yeah.
Oh no!
100%.
I saw it in the helicam, so we at least got the angle
Doug
of it there.
Miller had actually mentioned
Doug Miller
specifically. Oh my God.
Mitchell?
Doug Mitchell.
Douglas Mitchell.
I just called him Doug Miller. Doug, please don't tell Doug I
Miller.
said that. All right.
Oh,
Tell
he'll
him
know.
I earned it. I know he will. I earned it. Doug Mitchell had actually mentioned that last night in the driver briefing for D5. He said, listen, you got to be very careful when you're going into the pit lane entrance because the driver ahead of you, they may have already pit. They're not going to expect that you might make a sudden movement and just keep going straight going into it. He had raised caution over that very phenomenon that we just witnessed right there from Whitting Jr.
Thank you, Austin. You're the only one that understood that one, apparently.
What, the banana phone?
No, the phenomena.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Well, that's banana fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right, guys, we got 16 minutes left in this race. Let's start seeing some more driver of the day votes because we're gonna total it up when the race is over, and then that's gonna be our driver of the day.
Yeah, see.
Let's go ahead and get a vote from you guys as well if you got a driver of the day in your mind so far.
Actually, Cameron right now, who has pit up 13 spots, along with Schmeitzer is up 20 in pit as
Nice.
well.
Yeah, you're going with Cameron. I'm going with Dunham.
Dunham is leading, but being driver of the day, getting that silver podium as well at the moment. So.
I don't know who I'm going to go with. Honestly, I think I might actually vote for Dupuis, who has been leading this race so far for the entire time. I don't think he or Anderson have pit yet, but they're doing a
he
great
has not
job.
led the entire time. 'Cause remember, Meeks did get
Okay,
a...
sorry, yes, for most of the race, except for that first lap where Meeks got by. Wow, I was even on board for that battle and just didn't even realize it. That's
99% of the race so far he's been.
99%, yes.
Oh boy.
Oh, and a
SRC
yellow
Levine.
flag from Levine as you went. Let's take a look-see.
You got that?
Coming
Okay.
out of, yeah, I'm gonna watch it in the pip here for you. We're coming into that first chicane. Now we're coming out of the second part. It just took a little bit too much of the ski jump and got that car really unsettled coming out of it. So
It's unfortunate. You know what's not unsettling?
oh no.
A
Oh,
rig
no.
from Track Racer.
Oh god.
Track Racer has a bountiful site full of rigs. I believe the 80/20 aluminum rigs that you see most commonly, but they also have some other rigs too that can help you if you are like me at a desk. Oh no, as I see a driver dive into the pits, almost taking out Carbo. But Track Racer has a lot of those rigs for you. Even has flight sim stuff for
Hey.
potentially some of the sim pilots out there, like sim racers. So they have a bunch of things. Check them out. Again, we do have a affiliate link with them, so they do help out with the league that way. So definitely check them out.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
no
on board
question
now
about
with
it.
Logan Schaefer as he's in a nice battle here with Jess Osborne for the battle for 27th at the moment.
Fearless leader Jess Osborne.
Our fearless commentating leader.
I'm looking at Colin Dunham right now. He's in fourth
Not
place.
get the best exit out of that turn, but
If you
neither
look
did
at
Logan.
P1 through 4, not to cut you off there, John, I apologize. I don't mean to. There's an interesting battle forming at the very top half of the race, though. As we see Anderson now actually satisfying his pit lane. But
Yeah.
P1 through 4, Dupois, Anderson, Gino, Dunham. Anderson just satisfied, like I said, his pit lane requirement. Dunham here.
Oh, hang on just a second. Osborne went wide at the exit of turn 3
yeah.
there. That's going to let Schaefer get past quite easily, might I add. And Williams tries to go past Jess, but Jess says no thank you. Oh, but he gets a really bad exit coming out of that chicane, and Williams is going to get past anyway. Unfortunate, and you hate to see it for Jess.
You do, and Colin Dunham now fighting
and
his
Logan
way
Schaefer.
across, and it looks like as he goes fourth, he still needs to make his pit qualifying. The top 3 guys, Dupuis, Gino, and Dunham, they all need to make their pit. Those are the only 3 racers left that actually need to satisfy the requirement. And then he spins out Schaefer.
Oh no! You got that on the big picture?
I did catch it on the big
And
picture.
Jess Osborne went a little wide there as well. I don't know what happened with Jess there on the exit.
Yeah, just overcooked it and made contact.
Wow, not what you want to see. Williams tapped Schaefer, which has put him down into 32nd at the moment.
Oh,
Oh my word.
I see Lloyd putting some pressure on Roscosh here.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see actually how the top 3, the podium right now is shaken out. It's
Hang on just a second. I think Austin's got something interesting to say.
Yeah, Roscosh made a little bit of 2 movements on that back straight, so I mean, he had the room to move back to the braking zone, which he's allowed to do, but it seemed a little reactionary to a couple of those moves by Lloyd, so we'll see if they talk about that later or something comes up from it.
Maybe. I'm on board now with Air as he's hunting down Garrity within half a second.
You were saying, Nate?
Oh, I'm just following Dunham right now, and Colin Dunham found himself in P3. He's about 4.5 seconds behind P1, who is Zach Dupuis.
4.5? You mean 44?
He's
Oh,
48.
there's +1 lap. Yeah, I need to do a better job looking at race control. You're absolutely
It can
right
be
about
difficult. Do
It
not
is a
worry.
lot to balance. A
Oh,
lot
hang
of stuff
on.
going on.
Is Aaron Garrity are side by side coming into turn 3 at the moment. Oh, he's gonna back out, let Garrity take it. Probably a good decision.
Yeah, I had Lloyd there going.
Oh,
wide.
you know what that's gonna do though? Scusa's now gonna be part of this battle as well, right on the back end of Johnny Air.
Yeah, I'm on board with Scusa and the Helicam as kind of.
Oh, and Scusa gets a good exit coming to Air. They're gonna be side by side coming into this left-hander right before the second chicane. Let's see Porsche on Porsche action. Who has more balls to outbrake the other? It's gonna be Scusa.
They left each other space though. I know
Yeah, you like to see
Scusa
that.
on the second chicane definitely left enough space for another car within that spot. So
Yeah.
Oh
what's
yeah.
going on with Lloyd? Lloyd is not having a good lap. It parked it in the beach right now and just TP's the pit. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not what you want
Lloyd,
to see.
Lloyd we're looking at a loss of 26 positions from his qualifying spot for Lloyd. So
Oh no.
clearly not what he had in mind for tonight.
Well, we've got 8 minutes 45 seconds left in this race, so I think it's time for another round of biggest winners and losers so far.
I think
The biggest
Schmeisser did
loser
that.
at the moment is going to be Lloyd. unfortunately, down 25 spots. Our biggest winner is going to be tied, actually, between Carbo and Schmitzer, both up 21 spots since the start of the race.
Yeah. In my mind, though, if I may argue, I would say some impactful position gains is, in fact, from Colin Dunham. Gained 13 positions, which was good enough to put him slightly on the podium right there. And slightly on the podium is just as good as being on the podium, because it is on the
Has
podium.
he pit yet?
He has not. Now, that's the question. He has not pit. Dupuis has not pit. Gino has not pit. Dunham has not pit. But Dunham has increased his spot. He started...
Oh, no.
Hang on just a second. I just saw Moffitt going...
wide in the hairpin. He was in the
I'm
grass.
gonna get a replay. I'm gonna get a replay on pit for you.
Well, I had that on the big screen too, so.
Oh,
yeah,
my
that's good.
bad.
You're all good.
Just lost a little bit. Let Schmitzer and Schmitzer get by. Levine not so much.
Yeah. Well, Schmitzer now has 22 spots.
Yes, he does. So I think he's in the lead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is right there. Schmitzer 22 at P12. And he's pit.
There you go.
Do we have any love for Schmitzer there in the chat from anybody?
Dude, Schmitzer's my driver of the day. He's gotten a lot of positions back and is holding his own. I believe that is right now P3 for his silver split.
That's awesome. That's what you want to see. Oh, and Almeida goes wide there in the back while fighting Carbo. Carbo's going to go alongside. Let's watch this fight into the first chicane. Makes it nice and... Oh, he did what he did earlier. He cut that track there. Gives the spot back to Almeida, though.
That is
attaboy. That deserves an attaboy.
Well, you like to see that he gave it back, but it's not what you like to see.
But you don't like to see that he went wide, unfortunately. Yes. But he did give it back, and that deserves an attaboy.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. It may have been more of an attempt to keep the car stable than it would have been to make an overtake. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think for sure.
Highlight Spaghetti while I go to Schaefer. Spaghetti is chasing down Osborne, and Schaefer is right on the bumper of Lee here. So these are two of the... They're a little further back.
Closest battles.
But they are one of our closest battles, and you know, we like to try to get everybody highlighted during the race. We may not always get there, but we try to.
Hang on just a second, because Nate in the chat asking if we're going to see Shea move up to P1. I don't know about that, because Dupuis had a 44-second gap between himself and Gino. And that's going to, I mean, 44 seconds between those two, and then Shea is about another 6 seconds behind Gino. So I'm not sure. That's 50 seconds. I don't think there's been a pit stop that long yet.
Yeah, it seems like the fastest pit stop was Shea, or now it is Dupuis with 39 seconds. So the pit lane is about 40 seconds. So if you're within that 40-second gap.
Gino and Dunham both into the pits as well.
We had a 1:28. Sean Williams had a 1 minute 28 second pit stop.
And there we go, Nate.
32 second pit stop.
Hang on 1 second. There's your answer, Nate. Unfortunately, Colin Shea still in second by 14.5 seconds. With Aaron Anderson 9 seconds behind him for third. Matt Anastasi in fourth. Less than a second between him and Anderson.
Ooh, Garrity has a drive-through, guys.
Oh no!
Why?
I'm assuming track limits.
And Jeff gets a little wide on turn 3. Almost spun the car there for a second. But that's going to let Spaghetti get by quite nice and easy, as they now have Lee. I think that's Lee.
Lee is back there,
in the
yes.
background.
The Lexus.
But they've got some blue flags to deal with as well. I see a blue flag being waved.
And Gino has been hemorrhaging some positions here. He still owes a pit.
Because no, he was in the pits. That's what that was.
I'm seeing that he still owes one.
Yeah, Gino has not pit officially.
Well, he dipped in. That's weird.
I wonder if he did not take his 1 liter.
Fuel.
Yeah. Because he may have also had it where he was outside of his pit box, got lifted up, moved down, and thought that was his pit.
He's the one that I'm seeing that still owes a satisfactory pit.
Well, Austin, how long does he have to get into the pits?
Basically a minute, because you have to get in to the pit lane before the window closes.
He can do it at this position.
How long do we have in
the
the race?
3 minutes.
He can do it. He's got to do it this lap. He's got to do it right now, but he can do it.
That's not be what you want to see from him, though. He's going to be kicking himself, trying to figure out what happened there.
Well, it's going to bring him
see if he
from the
dives
top
in the pits
5
here.
to... Oh,
He
and
does not.
oh no, and he just he ignores
no.
it. He doesn't
Gino.
know. He doesn't know.
That's
doesn't
going to
know.
be
That's a fat
a
penalty at the
2-minute
end.
penalty.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
That or-
That's going to bring him from 9 to probably around P20.
I don't know if
No, it'll be more than that, most likely.
Well, 19 is 9 seconds beyond
No,
him.
no.
it's a 2-minute penalty.
It's like a 2-minute
It's a
penalty.
2-minute? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
That's why you don't want to mess it up.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
Oh,
I'm on board here
Cameron.
with Speed and Anastasi. Hang on just a second. Is Anastasi got a really bad exit out of the first chicane? That's going to let Speed get right alongside in his wee haul. I like calling it that. In the wee haul, but Anastasi going to be able to hold it. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Schmeitzer overcooked it into P1 there and made the pass, but did not make it stick because he went way too deep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we only have a few minutes left in this race, 2 minutes and 18 seconds to be exact. Let's see some more votes for who you guys want to be your driver of the day, because they'll get a nice little interview here, and you can put some questions in the chat, ask them what you want to ask them.
We'll see if they get actually asked.
Within reason.
Yes, that's where I was going with that one.
Within reason. As soon as I said it, I was like, I should probably say this.
Let's clarify.
Yeah, you know what is it within reason?
Oh no.
Reliving Nate and I's childhood of playing retro games.
My
Y'all
man.
are old.
Preach.
We
Yeah, hey,
are
you know
all-
what? You could pack up your diapers and go elsewhere, you youngin'.
But
I'll
yes,
put him in my
Retro
airplane.
Saga does
Yeah,
have some of the best.
Oh, hang on, I'm going to
retro-
interrupt you as we're going side by side. Oh, and they give me contact there, which is going to make or let Rec get past Speed as Anastasi and Speed had, what's it called? Contact. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Into that first chicane.
Yeah, going back to Retro Saga.
All right.
They,
Speaking of Retro Saga,
they have all of your retro gaming needs from controllers to the save
Oh my
file
goodness, some more
cars.
contact between Rec and Anastasi, but this time it was manageable. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you, but more interesting things keep happening.
You're all
not
good.
more interesting, just more things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, no, not more interesting, but more of the interesting things.
More, got it.
But yeah, definitely Retro Saga has. Oh my gosh! I see Williams just go door to door with a driver and push him off. Oh no! Oh no! Williams was the one that got the short end of the stick, as Maxwell was the one that actually pushed him off. My bad.
Oh no.
But last thing about RetroSaga.ca is they have like the memory cards that you need for those retro games. So definitely check them out, and they do have some good quality stuff.
That's always good.
Yeah, you remember
You wanna
like the
hear-
old game genies, like how you could get the game saves, like Mortal Kombat, like just unlock all the levels, all the bosses, that sort of thing.
You remember the booklets, the cheat booklets?
Yes. Do you remember just
Yeah, I
like
remember
buying
those.
a video game and it coming with a manual?
Yes.
What was
Those-
it?
I'm
Cheat
old,
Radar?
I'm old enough to know that one.
What was
Yeah,
it?
okay,
Cheatplanet.com or whatever too
Yeah,
was
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the places.
Yeah, 100%. Or they had.
By the way,
walk-
the leader of Dupuis finished the race here. Jay, coming to
14 seconds clear is second place.
yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but that is the race over for
Yeah.
this. Dupuis
Yeah,
takes
no question.
P1 for gold
It's
and
embarrassing
overall.
we didn't even realize it. But everybody get your votes in now. We still got some time. And San Rec and Anastasia being held up by blue flags as they come across the line. Not going to be any position change there. Andy Speed going to bring it home behind them. Gino and Dunham now in the battle for 10th. I think that Gino is going to be just barely too far away to get up to Dunham.
I agree.
That's going to make
though-
Dunham our silver winner.
Beautiful. Attaboy,
Mr. and
Dunham.
Cameron in the battle for 11th with about a half a second between the two of them coming into that last turn. Let's see how the exit is here. Nope. I don't think there's going to be a move made there as we got some Audi on Audi action. Carbo on Levine. Going to slot in and take the 13 and 15 for those two. Smith is going to take 17th behind Almeida, followed by Holmes, then Scusa, who's coming through the last corner here with Johnny Air. And I think those are the last two that crossed the line, actually.
They are.
And it's going to be Scusa 19th with Johnny Air following closely behind in 20th, flashing us there.
I want to point out that Dupuy and Dunham won back-to-back races for splits.
Wow.
But anyways, who's our driver of the day?
Well, not many people voted. There was a lot of repeat votes from Mark, but it seems as if Maxwell is our driver of the day. He got 2 votes, while you and I, you voted for Schmitzer. I voted for Dupuy, who's we're gonna interview anyway, and then Nate, who are you voting for? Nate may have died.
Nate, I'd like to bring up.
And there's Gino's penalty, 130 seconds, so it's a minute and 20. No.
Minute 10.
2 minutes and 10 seconds. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That moves him into 20th position.
I still want to talk to Schweitzer, as he, like I said, 22 spots, and that put him in P3 for silver. So
let's see. Our biggest winner is Schmitzer. Yeah, 22 spots.
Like I said, I would like to talk to him, because that is, like I said, P3 for his split, and also a lot of positions gained.
Oh yeah, I think we'll talk to Schmitzer. We've already talked to Maxwell a couple times this season, I think. So I just made things break. Uh-oh.
Let's see if we can find them and pull them up. So we need Dupuy, Dunham,
and Colin Shea apparently is in here.
You know, we're both looking for the drivers that
I will go in here and ask.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
While he does that,
so bad.
what do you?
Oh, great. Well, you know, we're still on the air here.
Well, now that everyone knows, I apologize. You're right. Classified information.
But overall, it was a good race tonight. A lot of battles up and down the field. I'll let John Donahue look for our drivers while I walk through everything. That first chicane, we found out, still very deadly for a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
Then
looks
a
like
lot of
Gino got a 132nd penalty applied.
Yeah,
yep.
We did mention
moved
that.
him down into P20, but you know you were in the bathroom.
Yeah, I had to hold. I held it for like 3 hours. Anyhow, continue.
But we had Dupuy and Dunham repeating their podiums from last week, so there'll be repeats in the booth here, and
oh yeah.
a lot of.
Oh, do you want to know my last fun fact of the day? Because there was so much action and
we didn't get it.
Cringy transitions going on.
No, not cringy at all. They were beautiful.
Okay, sure, whatever you said. Anyway, you asked me earlier about hour requirements, Nate. And to become a private pilot, all you need is at least 40 hours. 20 of those need to be dual, 10 of them need to be solo, and then there's 10 that kind of can get mixed. But I haven't really met anybody that's been able to get it within 40 hours. And here's another little interesting part. To get to an airline and fly for like Southwest or American or Delta, you need around 2,500 hours, so 2,500 hours, which is quite crazy if you ask me.
I don't think so. I was gonna say, like, really 40 hours and you can have like 350 people's lives in your hands at any point in time. I think that makes sense.
But there are airlines that are going, we don't have enough pilots. Please let us do less of an hour requirement. I think Southwest was the one.
I was gonna say Southwest comes to mind. Yeah, that with the whole snafu of their antiquated technology that caused every one of their flights to be grounded.
I believe we have all of our drivers in the cooldown room.
Oh yeah, we do. First one we're gonna talk to is Zach Dubois.
There he
Who
is.
has won
Oh, gosh.
our gold and overall. I hope you don't mind me saying that. I know you said you found it funny, but
I love
Fan-
it. Keep it
fan
going.
favorite, not to mention broadcast booth favorite.
Shoot, I'm feeling the love, guys.
Love it. Love it. Love to have you here. Love to see the performance put on the night. Where'd you qualify at?
We put her up there on pole.
Okay, and where'd you finish at?
Same spot, even though I gave it away for a
Okay.
little bit.
Do you-
I was
You
actually
know, I'm
on
not
board
gonna
with
knock
you on
you
that
for-
first lap.
This
Yeah.
back-to-back weeks where I give away the lead in the first corner. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
We'll just
Well,
blame it on the
obviously,
turbo
mainly-
lag from the
Yeah.
AMR.
yeah, the AMR, the, the turbo lag, and then a long first gear.
Yeah.
So, what was it like just kind of sitting on your own there for a lot of that race?
Honestly, felt kind of weird. I think I felt like I was kind of losing pace because there's like nothing to really gauge off of. You're just kind of out there. And then with the strategy, I was a little worried. I didn't know what other people were doing and how far they were. So it was interesting to be out there.
So you're just kind of going by feel at that point, like you feel of the car, feel of your performance, and just kind of riding it out, I suppose.
Yeah, and I had some friends watching the stream too to kind of give me some heads up.
You had intel, you had drones flying around.
Hey,
Oh,
but
no.
fun fact though, that the stream is actually delayed a little bit from the real timing.
Right. So it's just a reference, not a great tool, but it helps.
Yeah.
It helps,
It's
it helps.
something. It's something.
Yeah, I got Roni over on the comms helping me out.
All right. Well,
That's
Love
let's
it.
see if you can make a hat trick next week at Olton.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
the plan, right?
I don't know. I've never driven this track before, so I don't think I've driven Ultim before either. So
It's a
Oh,
special
boy.
one. Well, Zach, we hope you have a great rest of your night and I'm sorry, a great rest of your week as well. I just had a brain fart at what I was trying to say.
No, it's really only limited to the night. The rest of the week we don't care about. It's
it's on me, I guess. All right. You're only guaranteeing that.
It's up to you, man. It's up to you.
All right.
All right,
Well,
Zach. Have
I
a
was
good
gonna
one.
say, since you missed
Oh.
last week, John, I had to win this week for you. I wanted to hear Dupois again.
Thanks. Yeah, I let you down last week.
Beautiful.
Have
Zach,
a
it
good
was a
one.
hell of a performance. You did fantastic. Always putting on a show, man. It's always a great time to watch your race. Thanks for making it entertaining.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Next person we talked to is going to be Colin Dunham. And Colin Dunham came home in the win for the silver split this time around. I think that's the second week as well, according to you two.
Yes, it is.
That's right. That's right. Dunham's been putting on a show, man.
Yes, hello.
Dunham, Colin, if you will. Dunham / Colin. How are you feeling? Second silver split victory in a row. Now you're starting.
feels-
Now you're starting to put on a pattern here.
Yeah, I guess so. I started way down this race, P17, and then at the start I got kind of ate up, just trying to be safe, and then just tried to keep my head down the whole race and pit as late as possible.
Well, it paid off. It looked like you were patient. You were waiting for your opportune time to make to strike. How are you feeling going into the next race here, going into Olton Park? Have you ever raced it before? Are you comfortable with it? Are you familiar? Do you feel good about it? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I like Olton. I'd say it's my favorite compared to Snetterton or Donington. I like those kind of
Good.
low speed tracks where
Yeah,
the Porsche is always very strong.
sure.
Oh, yeah,
The-
you're looking at
British
possibly the hat
tracks.
trick?
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're looking good. I mean, for a D, or a silver split, you're the absolute favorite going into it right now. You're showing what you're capable of. You're showing that you're able to make moves with limited real estate, which I think is really going to play to your advantage going into Olton Park. Not a whole lot of areas where you can make overtakes or passes. So I feel like it's going to play into your strategy of just like keeping your head down, keeping your nose clean, that sort of thing. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's another one of those tracks, actually the third one in a row now, Brands Hatch Zolder, where you have like two car lengths side by side. And you kind of just have to force your hand sometimes or wait for the other guy to make a mistake.
No question.
So
No
yeah, looking
question.
forward to it.
Awesome.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
hey, hell of a performance tonight. Really appreciate you putting on a show once again. Always keeping it interesting. Austin, you got any questions for him?
No, I'd love to see you being consistent.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate the other drivers too. There's a lot of great racecraft out there, and it's a lot harder now with the back markers because they don't necessarily have to go off the line. Sometimes they just let you go by, and it's
It
you're
makes it
taking
interesting.
apexes in the wrong spot.
Yeah. Just shifting on you.
All right, Colin. Well, that was a great outing for you. We look to see you back up for another hat trick or for a hat trick next week at Olton.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thanks, guys.
Have a great
Hey,
night.
rooting for you, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Our last person is going to be Matt Schmitzer, who has taken, we'll call it the Rubber Chicken Award. Just
What was
because
it? 22 positions gained? Was that what it was?
22 positions gained and the Rubber Chicken Award for Matt Schmitzer here tonight.
Matt,
Nice.
What are your thoughts, man?
I'm just honored to be up here with you guys.
Love it. 22 positions gained
Yeah,
over
I
the
had
course
a
of the race. You want to talk
horrible
about
qualifying.
consistency?
Horrible qualifying. But I just figured there's so much traffic in the back. I was like, I'm just going to pit early. I've seen Diego do it in D1. Multiple races, and everyone's like, that's not going to work, and it always works. So
And it always works.
yeah, I had
my
a
rule
minor.
of thumb is
Yeah, go
whatever
ahead.
Diego does, it's
You do?
probably worthwhile.
Yeah. So just trying to keep it clean. I did get into the back of Michael Lee, I
It
think.
was a little bit of an interesting race, but everything kind of sorted itself out, so it could have been a little worse.
I had 3 track cuts with like 30 minutes left.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, me and
There were a
Almeida.
couple drive-throughs as well this time or in this race. I don't think there were any for the D4 race yesterday, but a couple people had 3 and then just pushed it a little too hard in a battle. So
Yeah, once you're behind those drivers in the chicane, it's hard to hit your that apex. So I just backed off a little bit and just ran my race. I was already in a spot where I was happy with. So
Yeah, I mean, 22 positions gained. Yeah, obviously you weren't too happy with where you landed qualifying, but you got to be happy where you landed overall.
yeah, man, it's been a great league to be in, and just great to be racing with these guys. And you guys do a good job commentating too.
Hey,
Thank
listen,
you.
we appreciate that. Absolutely, 100%. If I had one final question for you, what were your thoughts as you left qualifying, knowing where you were at? Did you have confidence that you were going to gain so many places? Did you feel good about it, or did you have some reservations? What was kind of going through your mind at that point in time?
Well, throughout the week, I was hitting 129 twos consistently on quali pace, and I just couldn't get it going. And I just figured as long as I keep it clean, I know there's some drive-throughs on this track, and as long as I don't get in a bunch of mess, I think I can. I was guessing top 20, 25.
Sure.
But when it kept going, I looked up and I was like, whoa, I didn't know I was that high. So I was trying not to look at the delta at all and just race.
Yeah,
So,
just head down, nose clean, that sort of
yeah.
thing. I lied to you earlier.
yeah.
I said I only had one more question. I do have one
Oh,
final
no.
one. You're going into Olton Park next week. How are you feeling about Olton?
Last time I raced Olton was on Xbox, so I'm about to put some time in.
All right.
I've only been on PC like 7 months or so. So
Are you on a rig right now, or?
yeah, yep.
Beautiful.
I got a rig. I got waiting for my daughter to get married so I can set up the triples. But
There you go.
I got a
yeah.
rig. I'm all
Priorities,
in,
man.
buddy. Yeah, I'm all
Love
in.
it.
You know?
Love it.
Appreciate it,
All
guys.
right, Matt. Well, congratulations on the Rubber Chicken Award and the 22 spots gained for this race. That was a great outing for you. We look to see
Yeah.
you back up here next week,
Just-
maybe on the podium or something. We'll see.
Yeah, shout out to Plan E Racing.
There
Let's
you
go. All right, guys.
Have a great night, Matt.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
That wraps up our rounds of interviews for round 5 already. 5 races down
I
now.
know. What in the world, man?
Yeah, I know it's been crazy. But do you guys got any closing statements you'd like to go through?
I don't have any. I do have one. I have
I
one.
knew it!
Preface sort of statement. You know
My
what?
literally
Nate?
my closing statement was going to be, I don't believe John. I bet he's
Thanks.
won.
My closing statement is I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week because it's a very Porsche dominant track just because of, it's one of the British ones. So it's really tiny. There's not a lot of straights. So it's
Just
going to be interesting
narrow.
to see if we usually see kind of an Aston domination in any track with a straight. Let's see if we get a Porsche domination this next week.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about a McLaren domination?
I don't see that happening.
No? Okay.
Not on this BOP.
No,
Right.
definitely not.
Yeah, that's a good point too, Austin. That's a really good point as well.
But we look forward to Alton next week and seeing what they have to bring. So look forward to all of that and look forward to seeing all the fans next week as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
question. No question
Good night,
about it.
SRA Nation.
Yeah, hey, thanks to all you guys who keep showing up, keep watching our videos. I mean, listen, we do it for you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
Documize.
Oh boy, he's turning into me. I've infected him. We're gonna end on that note. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you for being here and being a part of this. So
Absolutely.